we've got a little movie called Avengers Doomsday coming out. And of course, we had the infamous chair watch. 9 hours of watching a camera slowly pan by chairs that literally could have been done in 5 minutes, conveying the exact same information. But despite whatever the butt failure that chair watch was, and there'll probably be a second one of the names that was not on there is Elizabeth Olsen. And, you know, Elizabeth Olsen has talked. She came out flat out and said, listen, anybody who's talking about it, I'm not in the new Avengers movies. Maybe she's telling the truth. Maybe she's not. There've been a lot of theories. But there is a report. You know, we can even put this one under the rumor mill.
I love rumors.
We'll put this one firmer. We'll put this one firmly under the rumor mill. Because if you guys read the news feeds like I do, you've probably seen several outlets running with this today. And it's worth talking about. There is a rumor / report going around that Elizabeth Olsen is not only returning to play Scarlet Witch, but they'll be taking a little bit from a very famous comic storyline where she will be part of a Genoshan royal family of herself, her father Magneto, Pietro, Polaris, whatever. The report comes like this. This comes to us from the director writes, Alex Perez noted a rumor he had heard that a Wanda Maximoff variant will appear in Avengers Doomsday, hailing from the X-Men universe that we saw in the post-credit scene of the Marvels. Supposedly, on this Earth, Magneto will be finally ruling Genosha with a royal family that includes himself, Wanda, Pietro, aka Quicksilver, and Polaris, all of whom are his children. In an unofficial capacity, I heard we'd be getting a Wanda variant from the X-Men universe that we'll see in Avengers Doomsday, which is a universe where Magneto is finally ruling Genosha as he had always pictured it, and we'd have like a royal family type of situation with Eric, Pietro, Wanda, and Polaris, and there again is a House of M graphic and imagery that we see coming in there. All right. Let's unpack this a little bit, shall we? Again, we are filing this one under the rumor mill. All right. Just so we understand. This did not come from Kevin Feige. This did not come from Variety. But listen, you remember, Rob, when those supposed concept art sketches for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars came out?
They were dope.
They were pretty damn good. How authentic they were is still up for debate, but they were pretty damn good. They were pretty exciting. And we got a glimpse of Scarlet Witch being in there. Now, we keep in mind of all of this that Elizabeth Olsen herself has said that she's not come back. At least not now. She never ruled it out forever, but she said, I'm not coming back for the Avengers films. We've heard that before from other actors, and maybe they do, maybe they don't. This is a multiversal story. Let me start by talking about why this could have some actual facts behind it, maybe. One, this rumor fits in with the overall story narrative we are getting from what Avengers Doomsday is apparently going to be about. The disparate worlds, the incursions, all that kind of stuff, having something like that, this big iconic moment. Hey, the Russo brothers love drawing on big iconic moments from comic books and adapting them and bringing them in for their own purposes. We know that Ian McKellen is coming back to play Magneto. It would be a shame not to have Magneto and his daughter appear together again in it. So that is working in its favor. And just the damn cool factor of it. Like, I'm sorry, that's a family you don't mess with. Papa Magneto, Pietro, who will kill your army before they even blink. Scarlet Witch will just change the reality if she needs to. And Polaris, which is basically a mini Magneto, who is also portrayed as having unscalable power. So that would just have a damn cool factor to it. That would be delicious. Interestingly, nothing in the report says which Quicksilver would it be. Would it be the Aaron Taylor Johnson Quicksilver that we saw in Ultron? Or would it be the Emmy Award winner who played
Aaron
not Aaron
Evan
Johnson.
Peters.
Evan Peters. Or would it be the Evan Peters Quicksilver that we got in the X-Men films? Could be either one of them. And then what kind of iteration do we get of Polaris? Which would be interesting too. All right. So that's why those are the reasons why I would skew to thinking, hey, maybe this could be real. On the reasons why I would have my doubts, well, I'd start with Elizabeth Olsen again, saying she was done. Also, it seems to me, and I could be wrong about this is just me as a fan, if you were going to have Elizabeth Olsen coming back and making an appearance, Agatha seemed the place to do it. They almost even kind of teased that a lot of people thought we were going to get it. So that seemed like it would be the place to do it. The fact that we never did maybe kind of leans away from this. But the other reason, Rob, is how much can you put into one movie? Are you going to actually try to incorporate a House of M sort of storyline into this? I mean, this is already a very busy movie. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying it's already a very, very lot of things on the agenda list here to get done in this movie. So I'm not sure. Guys, we want to thank the sponsor of today's episode, PrizePicks. Look, you and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right actually means you win. And with football back, there is no better time to get in on the action. You guys know I've been using PrizePicks for a while now, and it's honestly the most fun I've had engaging with the new football season already. For example, this weekend, I had Josh Allen throwing for more than 270 passing yards and Baker Mayfield having more than 2.5 passing touchdowns, and boom, I won on both. Building your lineups on PrizePicks is fast, simple, and honestly extremely fun. All you have to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections, and if you're right, you win. What's even better is that PrizePicks invented the flex play, which means you can still win even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Plus, they've even got this thing called injury reboots, so if a player goes down in the first half, it won't count against you. And PrizePicks operates in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. So download the app today and use code CAMPEA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CAMPEA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Rob, let me throw it to you. Why should we believe this rumor? Why should we not? And in your heart of hearts, Rob, do you hope this is real or not? What do you think?
I think it's real. I think Wanda Maximoff is going to be in this movie, but is not going to be played by Elizabeth Olsen. And I'll tell you why. Got to go with me on this. In the Marvel Universe, in the MCU, the only time that we've seen somebody from the Fox X-Men universe come over into something the MCU showed us for the first time was in Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, okay.
Because they said that the Ralph Bohner situation wasn't actually real. So that's where it gets a little nebulous. But Patrick Stewart as Professor X was shown as a variant in. So you had a variant of Black Bolt, but you so I could sit there and go, if you're going to show me so Quicksilver in there's already a Quicksilver in the X-Men universe.
Oh,
no, but I mean in the
yes,
and
yes.
that Quicksilver was already, there was a little business between Fassbinder and him where they alluded to the fact that he was the father.
Right.
They did not allude to the fact that there is a sister out there. But if he was the father, we just don't know that. So I would think it's an opportunity to cast a new actress to play the Scarlet Witch of what the X-Men, if the X-Men universe ever showed us Scarlet Witch, we would have had a different actress. So it makes sense that Aaron Taylor Johnson is not going to be, because that's not really Magneto's son.
Right.
Whereas Evan Peters is the son. And then when, of course, Monica Rambeau met Beast, it was the Kelsey Grammer Beast from that X-Men universe. So it established that the Fox X-Men universe is its own deal. And since they've already brought, this is so convoluted, and since they already brought Tobey Maguire and Homeboy from the Amazing Spider-Man, it set up kind of a precedent into how the rules work of who's a variant and who isn't. So in order to bring Wanda Maximoff, if she truly is in Genosha, and she truly is part of the royal family, and Ian McKellen is the leader of Genosha, you would have to have a different actress play Wanda Maximoff. Otherwise, it would kind of violate the rules that they've set up.
But have
already.
I'm gonna say this though. Have they actually established rules yet? Because in
No.
even in the multiversal saga, we've had 5 varying different explanations about what multiverse is and isn't. They
Of
don't
course,
really
but
have
in
much
terms of
rules.
who they've shown, if Ralph Boner turned out to really be Quicksilver, if Evan Peters was actually Quicksilver, I would have said, you know what? Maybe she would be in this movie. But they didn't. They played coy and they did that weird Ralph Boner thing.
It was like
Remember,
weird,
it's a different universe now.
I know, but they're saying this is the Fox universe. They're making a specific.
No. This one is saying it's the X-Men universe that we saw at the end of the Marvels, which is not necessarily the Fox
Well, but I
universe.
think it is because they're
Okay.
bringing all that. I think that is because you kind of have to say. I mean, you have to. I'm just going by in my own head. If I was in my backyard talking with like Sean Flaherty about comic books when I was 7. This is the conversation we would be having. And I'm like, but there are rules, man. So I think that if there is, because you've got to show, we haven't seen really Polaris yet either.
Right.
So
Except in, what was that X-Men, that offshoot X-Men, The Gifted?
Yeah. Well, that's
They had a Polaris in there, but that doesn't count.
unless they brought that actress
They
back to
could
play.
bring her in.
Because they did bring, you did have Homeboy come back playing Black Bolt in.
Yep.
So in from that god-awful Inhuman show. So I'm not saying these rules are set in stone, but for me, at any rate, it would suddenly make things weird because if you say Elizabeth Olsen is the sister of Evan Peters, well, poor Aaron Taylor Johnson. What about? Is it the same variants? I don't know.
All right, but that's all predicated on the assumption that the universe we saw at the end of the Marvels in the post-credit scene is the same Fox universe that we had, and I don't think it is.
Well, see, the big thing, if it isn't, and you can say it isn't, because the Wolverine that appears in Deadpool and Wolverine isn't the same Wolverine that is from the Logan X-Men universe.
Right. We saw like 6 different
So that's a
variations of
different
that
thing. So
Wolverine.
that also throws my rule, but that movie is an outlier, so it doesn't count.
But we had again. So we'll see where it goes.
Where I'm standing now is I believe that Wanda Maximoff shows up on Genosha, is the sister of Evan Peters, but is not going to be played by Elizabeth Olsen. That's
Mary
why.
Kate Olsen, Ashley Olsen.
Well, this leads into a perfect segment. Our top 10 actresses who could play.
Here we go. You know what?
Yeah.
That's going to be a topic we do tomorrow. Thank you, Google Gemini.
Because I do think that she is a different Wanda Maximoff. She is not Magneto's daughter.
All right.
Is this like Mari Povich? What's going on here?
You are not the daughter.
He's like, yeah.
Again, with them having so many universes and so many worlds and so many whatever, I mean, who knows what they're going to do. But I know I would be excited to see it. Whether the validity of this, we'll find out how actual real this is. But we'll see. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this rumor and report going around that we're going to see Scarlet Witch back as a part of the Genosha royal family with her father, Magneto, and her sister, Polaris, her brother, Pietro? Whatever you guys think about this, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.